Everyone, have you ever had a problem to create a room booking system with C++? My name is Mahdi. Stay with me and you will find a solution for this problem. Today I'm going to present my project for data structures class, which is to create a booking system using linked list, queue and stack. Here is the file requested for the requirements of the system, and we will start in a moment. Let me start with an overview through the codes, and then I will execute it. For this system I have created three classes, which are room, member and menu, and main function for executing the application. In class room I have an constructor here, which assign the front and tail to the null, and initial to the 1 and length to 0. Initial is used for the ID and length for the number of the rooms. This section enum classroom type is for different types of rooms, which are main hall, exam hall, lecture room, tutorial room, design studio and meeting rooms. In the bool is full. This method is used for the checks the number of rooms and do not let it to exceed 15. So add rooms. This function here, it will first clear the screen using system CLS, and then it will check for the number of rooms, and it will not let the number of rooms actually it is 15, and then it will ask for the capacity, and it will create a node and then assign the status to not reserved, and it will assign the ID and then assign the year, month, day, hour and minute to 0, and it will increment the ID initial ++. Then it will check our nodes linked list, that if it is empty, then it will assign the front and tail to the null, and also it will bring the temp to the front and tail. Then it will ask for the type, and according to integer that the user enter, it will assign each room type to it. And in the final step, it will ask the user for which he or she want to save it or not. Next function is deleting a room. In this section, it will first show the rooms using this show function, and then it will ask for the ID, and it will search for it, and then it will delete it, and then will print it successfully deleted, and then it will save it to the file. Next, one important thing about this application is that I have used two functions here, which are type to text and room type text to type. First one, it will get an argument room type, and it will return a string according to that type. And another one is that it will get a string, and according to the string it will return a room type. These two functions are used for uploading and writing to the file. In the show function, it will create a node, and then as long as the node is not null, it will print the data information. And when user want to reserve or book a room, this is the method here, and it will first ask for the room ID, and then assign the status to reserved. It will ask for the year, month, day and hour and minute, and assign those values also, and then it will print this message here, room reserved, and then it will save it to the file. Here is the save method, and as you can see here, it will ask the user if he or she want to save it or not. If he wants it, it will open the file, and then line by line it will write the information on a text file, and it will separate it using a dash. And for modifying a room, when the administrator want to update it, it will also then ask for the ID and then ask for the new data and assign those values also to that. I have another function here, delete previous records. So this function is used when administrator wants to delete the records from for example from a specified date, and when the administrator entered those year, months and day, the application will change the status to not reserved and also the year, months and date to 0. And those three methods here, in the load records it will open the file and print line by line. This is used to showing the data from the text file. Search booking, this function it will first create a node, and as long as it is not null, and it will check for the ID, and when the application found the ID, it will bring the status and the information about that room. Okay, the important function in this application is this one, which is used to when we stop the application and we run it again. So if we don't have this application, it will show nothing because all the value will be 0 or null. When it will open the file, and using getLine function it will read each line, and in each line when it finds a dash, it will assign the ID data, so it will populate the nodes, and it will create the linked list for us again, so we can update, we can delete, we can update, delete and add in other rooms when we restart our application. In menu class I have created different types of functions which they are only printing some things. For example, for login they will print this method here. For staff it will show this one, and it's just a printing, just see out for different types of, for student and admin shop. In the main method, when the application starts, it will first create 3 objects of the classes, room, member and menu, and then it will read the member load starter. So this function will upload all the members that we have in the file, in the member file, and populate the nodes. So we can check here, for example, when the admin option, when it goes to the admin option, then it can check the password, and then it will do the assigned tasks. For example, it can update, delete or add rooms according to that. And if the option is 2 or so, it will go to a staff section and it will ask for the ID and the password. If it is correct, the staff can perform booking or view his or her records. In the final part is the student section. It will also check for the password, and it will go for loading rooms, reserving rooms, searching records and those things, and everything's done.
Hi everyone, my name is Muhammad Ilyas Fikrat. In this part of the video, I would like to explain to you the class member codes of our application. To create a member, I defined the function in here at member function. This function has 4 arguments, as you can see: name, password, type, and email. First, in this function, I created a temporary node and I set the ID equal to pk. Pk is primary key, and pk++. This will increment the ID for me. For example, it will start from 1, 2, 3 and goes beyond. Then I assign the name, the password, the type, email. After that, I set the reference of the next equal to start and start equal to temp. When we use these two things, for example, first the temp is a start, first member. After that, it will make the reference of the next null. And finally, I called save member function in here. I will explain later how this function works. Now I can only tell you that this function will save the details that I gave in the adding member as a text file in my computer. And system pass will pause the application. It's for the menu. You'll go back to the menu so you could choose another options. So let's move on to another function. Another function that I defined is show member function. Show member function will show me the members detail and how many members we have. First, I set the temp node equal to start, and I used while loop in here. While temp is not equal to null, print for me the ID, the name, the type, the password, and the email. And temp equal to temp next. This will make the temp next, and it will show us the next node. If it is null, it will stop here. If it is not null, it will keep going until it gets null. It will keep printing these things until it gets null. So let's move on to our another function. Another function that I defined is delete member function. This function will delete the member detail or the member or the whole member, and also you can also delete you can choose if you want to delete the details or you can delete the whole member. So first, to delete it will take the ID of that member, and after that I set the temp node equal to start and previous node equal to null, and I used while loop again in here. While temp is not equal to null, it will come to these if conditions. If temp ID is equal to x, it will search for the node. If it finds the node, there's another if condition for that. If previous is not equal to null, set the previous next equal to temp next. And if it is equal to null, set the start equal to temp next. Delete the temp and break, and set the previous equal to temp and temp equal to temp next. Save the member and system pass. Update member function is another function that I defined, or modify member. It will update the member's detail, or like the member's name or member's password, or it will update it. The first function I called here is load member function. Load member function will read the file. It will read the text file which is saved. It will read the member's detail for us, and it will show us to us, so we could choose which member we want to update. And after that, I set the temp node equal to start, and I used while loop again in here. While temp is not equal to null, come to this if condition. If temp ID is equal to x, take these strings and assign it to name, password, type, and email. So we could choose which one we want to update, like name, password, type, or email. You can update which one you want to. And I will set the temp equal to temp next. after you update it, it will give you the message successfully updated, and the system will pause and it will save the function, save the members file, save the file as a text file. Save member function is another function that I defined. Save member function will save anything, any details, any information that we will give in our application. It will save it as a text file. systemcls will clear the screen of our application, and it will print, do you want to save it? And you will give an option. It will give options for that. If you want to save it, you can choose number 1. If you don't, you can choose number 2. But if you choose number 1, it will open the file member text, and it will come to this case 1, and I use while loop in here. While temp is not equal to null, it will save the data. But I use dash in here. I use dash because it will separate the data from each other. When the data is saved, the dash will separate them from each other. For example, it will separate the name from the type, from the password, from the email. And it will close the file and break. If you choose not to save, it will print OK and will break, and it will close. So as now my classmate Mahdi Najafi will explain the rest of the functions of the class member. So thanks for the watching.
Hey guys, and the next function is load member. It will read the text file, it will open it, the member, and it will print it line by line using getLine function. And these 3 functions in the final parts. Member load starter. This function is the most important one, because when application restart, it will open the file and it will read it line by line, and when it reaches the dash, it will populate the nodes for us again. So we will have our previous records and we can play with them. So the next function is check password. It will check the password. It's a boolean function. It will create a node, and as long as it's not null, it will check the ID and the password. If it is true, it will assign O to 1, and if O is equal to 1, it will return true, else it will return false. And the show ID, this function is used to show only the ID and the password, or not password actually. It's used for showing the ID and the name, so the user can choose it. It will not show the password to the user. Yes, thank you. Execute the code and build the application. Build solution. Yes, successful. And let's run it. Okay. In this, for example, we want to be as an admin. 1 2 3 4 is the password, and we have only one administrator in this application. So let's check our records. As you can see, we do not have any room, and we have 2 members. So let's check it one by one. So let's add 1 room, for example 30 capacity, and the type is lecture room. Successfully created, and save it. Yes, let's add 2 more. Exam. Yes, add 1 more, and design studio, for example. Yes. So if we check it now, so yes, we have 3 rooms which are not reserved yet. So let's delete one. For example 3 successfully deleted. Do you want to save it? Yes. And let's add another one. Capacity 50, type is meeting room. Yes. So let's modify one, and I want to modify room number 2. enter new capacity, for example 15, type is lecture room, data change, yes. So if we check the records, here it's changed the capacity. So let's add one more member, enter new name Elias, new password 444, student, new email elias@gmail.com. you want to save it, yes. If we check the records, Elias added, and let's delete, for example, number 1. you want to save it, yes. If we check it, the number 1 is deleted. If we, for example, want to modify one member, I want to modify Mahdi, new name is Sajjad, new type is student, password is 111, new email is sajjad@gmail.com. successfully updated. You want to save it, yes. If we check it, Mahdi replaced by Sajjad. So now let's perform booking. I want to reserve room ID number 2, 2018, months 12, for example, day is 10, enter hour 12:30, room reserved. Let's reserve the other one also. I just stopped the application. Yes, let's go to the booking section, and I want to, yes, if you enter the room ID number 2, you cannot reserve it. So let's operation consult. Yes, I want to book room ID number 1. Enter the year 2018, months 11:40, enter the hour 10:20, room reserved. So yes, search the records 8, the room ID 1, yes, it will print it for you, and the final part is delete previous records. Yes, here we have months 11, months 12. For example, I want to delete from months 11, day 18, for example. Do you want to save it? Yes. Let's check it. As you can see, it has been deleted. So let's continue with stop it, yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Ilyas Fakrat. Now we will continue the project with staff and student. This choice 2. Now we will come here and check the password, which is 1112. Now we'll write Mahdi because now we'll enter the password, which is 112. Now we have these options like perform booking, view all rooms, and view all my booking. First we will sort from first, choice 1. Now enter the room ID you want to book, so we will choose 1. Enter the year like 2018, the month 12, and the day 10. Enter the hour is the like 12, and enter the minute 30, and the room reserved. So now the room is reserved. Please continue. So if you want to save it, you will write yes, and you will choose 1 or 2.
So now we will use the second choice, view all rooms. Now as you can see, these rooms are reserved. Please and you continue. So in the choice 3, view all bookings. Under the room ID you booked. So the room ID was 1. As you can see, this is reserved. Now we will quit the application by typing 4. It's me, Muhammad Ilyas again, and we will continue the video with students. Choice 3. Choice 3 again is Ilyas. Now we'll go to this part. Wait a minute. As you can see, here's the Ilyas, the password is 44, so we'll come here and choice 3. We'll now write the passwords 44. Now we have two choices, before booking and view all bookings. Choice 1, perform bookings. Enter the ID you want to book. Choice 2, enter the year 2018, the month 12, the day is 10, the hour 12, the minute 30, room reserved. So you'll please continue. If you want to save it, your choice 1. If you don't want, choice 2. We will not save it now. Okay, the choice is view all bookings. So you will type choice 2. Enter the room ID you want to book. Choice number 2. Type number 2. As you can see, this is already reserved. The room that is reserved. So 3 will quit this part. Thank you everyone for watching this video.